All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I did a video yesterday about Final Fantasy XIV and the overall reception on the expansion and what people are talking about in the Steam reviews. Now, the Steam reviews have been nuked just a little bit to the point where now Final Fantasy XIV has hit mixed reviews on Steam for the first time ever, and a lot of people in the mainstream media are trying to run damage control for this game in a weird way too, because the game doesn't need damage control, but they're going to try to make it seem as if the negative reviews have more so to do with transphobia than it does with the actual game. Now we have an article here from Kotaku proving that this thing has become an ideological battle because now they're trying to sell the story to everybody that people just can't get enough of good old WUK LAMAT.
Don't worry, I've got this!
Now, if you guys missed my stream on Hypnocast last night, every day at 9 p.m. Eastern, one of my subscribers called this WUK LAMAT, which I thought was pretty damn hilarious. So if I accidentally say WUK LAMAT, it's probably because it's in my mind and it's just a subconscious thing. But I thought it was funny. Apparently, WUK LAMAT is voiced by a trans person. Okay. Did I ever care about that? No, never cared about that. I didn't even know until the gamer wrote that article about who voiced the character. Because when I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, the last thing I cared about is whether or not the person voicing the character was trans or what their sexuality is. I'm not a weirdo. That's not what I think about when I play video games. But apparently Kotaku does. And Kotaku, I guess once they found out that the voice actor was trans, they decided to want to run this spin story that makes everybody seem as if they love good old WUK LAMAT. They love her so much. Nobody's complaining about her. It's the complete opposite of what the gamer wrote. The gamer was making it seem as if everybody was being transphobic. Now Kotaku's making it seem as if everybody loves WUK LAMAT. And what's their evidence of this? Well, it's a bunch of anime profile pictures who basically simp for furry stuff. So let's get into the article, guys, from Kotaku. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says Final Fantasy XIV players can't shut up about how much they love Dawntrail's WUK LAMAT, and they shouldn't. The new expansion's main character is a delight. Now, how many people do you think? Let's just do a little poll in the comments down below. How many of you guys believe that the only reason Kotaku is simping this hard for this character is because this is what is considered a safe, horny character, right? This is a character that is extremely masculine, that happens to be a female, that is also a furry, and now they can combine all of their kinks and they can simp for it online and overly sexualize her as well. There are people that are sexualizing her like crazy, and on top of that, there are screenshots in this particular article that showcase that, and Kotaku is willingly showing it, which just shows an absolute hypocrisy because they're the ones who are like, well, you just want to fap to Stellar Blade's Eve, and now apparently it's okay to fap to this fucking creature. But you know, that's neither here nor there. It hasn't taken long for players in Final Fantasy XIV to get attached to the new expansion's Dawntrail's most important NPC. Launching in early access on June 28, it took us all to a new location of Turo to help the adorable Hrothgar WUK LAMAT in her own adventure. While it feels too early to read the overall reactions to the expansion as a whole, one thing is for sure, everybody loves WUK LAMAT. Yeah, everybody loves her. That's the story now. Everybody loves her because now this is a character that has, whether intended or not, become an ideological battleground. And it didn't have to be this way. WUK LAMAT didn't have to be an ideological battleground. These people are making it that way. And that's the funny thing about this, because then they'll get upset when people don't like the fact that they're making it into an ideological battleground. Nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for this. And yet they're the ones who are going to claim transphobia if you don't bend the knee when they start talking about it. The star of Dawntrail was first introduced in the final post-Endwalker patch, and we were already getting infatuated with the fuzzy cat girl. Were we really? Worry, I mean, how much simping can you possibly do for a furry character? But I mean, whatever. And the expansion has only made those feelings of love grow. Much of that has to do with her place in the expansion's overarching story in many ways. Now, you got to think about this for a second. Well, let me finish. Dawntrail's main character feels like WUK LAMAT rather than the Warrior of Light. Unlike past expansions, the player is not the center of the world. Instead, it is the player's job to help WUK LAMAT through her trials and tribulations. This gives her a unique character arc that has won over fans. Now, this particular part right here, the characters being favored over the Warrior of Light, this is the part, in my opinion, that is really attracting people like Kotaku. It's because it's their perfect storm, right? This is the perfect kind of character that they can attach their ideology to, right? This is what they can attach it to. So you have a female character who is not standard beauty, who is overly masculine, right? Who has taken over for the main character, right? So they have become the main character. They're the draw of the story, right? And now it is voiced by a trans person. So all of this combined is the perfect storm for somebody like Kotaku, right? Kotaku loves stuff like this. So of course they're going to simp for this. Why wouldn't they? It just makes sense, right? So let's go into the actual, I guess you could call these reviews, tweets, who really cares? Now, every single one of these tweets, and I mean every single one. I don't think I saw a single one that didn't have these stipulations. But every single one of these tweets, ladies and gentlemen, is coming from an anime profile picture that is most likely someone who is probably part of the LGBTQ or is faking it just to be online, you know, similar to Ash Rendar, or is just a complete and utter ideological psychopath. They all do the same exact thing. These are the same profiles. If you go through their profiles, I already know. It says 18, no 18 under. I already know that this profile, without clicking it, is going to have a whole bunch of furry porn all over it. But that's besides the point. He says, I've never cared about anyone in this godforsaken game like I care about WUK LAMAT, and you can quote me on that. Well, guess what? You got quoted. Tomo Aries anime profile picture, BGM commissions open. This is WUK LAMAT love plus appreciation post, Dawntrail game of the year. Again, all it took for these people who probably don't actually play Final Fantasy XIV in any grand way, all it took for them was to have a furry character as the main character, and now they're losing their minds. Another one, look, cat profile picture, Alexis, WUK LAMAT, I will die for you. Yep, because that's totally normal. You got another one here, Starry-Eyed Beast, I fucking love WUK LAMAT. Yep, that's normal. What else? We got Elio, WUK LAMAT with cheers in the background, of course. And then you got another one here, Final Fantasy XIV profile picture, literally named itself WUK LAMAT's #1 supporter. Phrase that keeps being uttered in VC every so often. WUK LAMAT, woman that you are. Yep, because you got to focus on that. This totally normal profile picture with multiple different flags in the bio. Some weird creature. It looks like I can't even tell. It looks like a Final Fantasy XIV creature in front of a LGBTQ flag, because that's normal. 95% of them with brain power these past few days have been spent thinking about WUK LAMAT, because that's clearly fucking normal. You're spending 95% of your time thinking about WUK LAMAT. Another one too, anime profile picture. WUK LAMAT, you just stole my heart. See, it's such a great addition to the story. Please take your time with Dawntrail MSQ and just enjoy her growth unfolding. These people are going to lose their absolute collective hive minds the moment WUK LAMAT is no longer the focus of the story, because you know what's going to happen. Right? At some point, it's going to happen. WUK LAMAT's not going to be the main character, and you're going to lose it. This person, anime profile picture, says WUK LAMAT is like a sopping, wet, crying, and puking orange cat, but she's also just distractingly hot and sexy, and I just can't take this anymore. This right here, this is probably Kotaku posting. I'm just being honest with you. This is Kotaku posting right here. You got to be kidding me. Imagine looking at this character and thinking she's distractingly hot and sexy, and that's normal. Emmy at Final Fantasy IV, WUK LAMAT is an orange cat, and I mean that with all the affection in my heart. This person says, every time WUK LAMAT is on screen, I just scream, you're a kitty. Whatever. Certified WUK LAMAT enjoyer. I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, this character has become a virtue signal post. Now, what's going to happen is that every single weirdo with an anime profile picture, again, it's all the same. Anime profile picture, Final Fantasy XIV profile picture, which the 14 ones make more sense, but still, they're basically one and the same. Anime profile picture, they're going to come out and they're going to start simping for this character, talking about how sexy they are, how they love her, how she's amazing, she's the best thing that ever happened to the game, blah, blah, blah. They're going to keep doing this because at the end of the day, their ideology is now center stage on screen, and whether or not I saw it or you saw it or whatever, because again, I was too busy playing the game, now they have seen it or they have perceived it as such, because I think that's really what it is. They're perceiving it as such. They're probably going to think that this character's trans. I would not even be surprised if they tried to do some weird headcanon and push it on you guys and say, well, this character was always trans and you're just weird for not noticing. Don't be surprised if that ends up happening. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.